Hi everyone, I'm Crazel Dalapo and we are the group 4 and I am the first presenter. So if you're wondering why I'm using my phone, so I just use it because our PPT is in my phone and it serves as my guide to discuss my assigned topic. So don't you worry, I just add some informations with my own learning. So my assigned topic is the PMIS. So what is PMIS? So PMIS, or the Project Monitoring and Information System, serves a pivotal tool for overseeing project progress, resource allocation, and performance evaluation. It also provides a real-time data, allowing stakeholders to track milestones, identify potential risks, and make informed decisions for a successful project management. So, PMIS, or in other words, PMIS, it is a software program or applications that helps to organize and controls the flow of a project of a certain data and informations and of a certain project. So it is a big help for those managers to use PMIS to help them to monitor, to plan, and to execute their project effectively and efficiently without getting hassles or without overusing a resources and wasting time. So next is let's proceed to the project monitoring. So project monitoring, it is a monitoring or collecting, recording and reporting information concerning any and all aspects of a project performances that the project manager or others in the organization wish to know. So from the word itself, project monitoring. From the word monitoring, so it serves as a guidelines to gather some data and informations concerning to the project that they are going, which will help to the project manager that could help them to be less hassle when in terms of gathering information, data, and monitoring their workers and their resources. So next topic is the planning, monitoring, and controlling cycle. A closed-loop system with revised plans and schedules following corrective actions. The planning, monitoring, controlling cycle is continuously in process until the proof or the project is completed. The information flows, such as cycle, shows the directions of the flows. Information flowing from the bottom toward to the top, and the authority flowing from the top to down. So, what is closed-loop system? So, if you're wondering or if you are thinking, what is closed-loop system? It is a system which is electronic device that automatically regulates a system to maintain the desired state or set point without human intersection or interaction. It is a system that will show the feedback of a project that they are doing. So it is also it is also a step-by-step process in which it starts with a higher authority down to down. So the next is designing and monitoring system. So in designing and monitoring system, there are a lot of steps that kanang i-follow. The first steps is establishing and monitoring systems involve identifying key control factors. It's crucial and precise defines specific characteristics of performances, cost, and time within the set boundary. So, designing and monitoring system, it is a continuously process until a certain project is completed. So, which they are going to monitor, they are going to monitor, plan, and control, such as schedules, budget and cost, the job performances, and the planning methods also. So by that, it can help today project monitor to be less hassles when in terms of making a certain project. Next is additionally, consider also the significant factors like labors, hours, and output changes, customer satisfaction, and plan of actions. So, then monitoring must align with the project plan, focusing on output rather than activity intensity. So, in designing and monitoring system, it is very crucial part of making a project, because you're going to monitor the labor hours of our workers, the output changes that the workers are doing, and the customer satisfactions of a project that you are planning to build. And then also, in making a project, it is very important to focus on the output rather than the activity intensity. So, what's the use of being fast workers if that certain project is not a very long last project that is you are going to build, which is very not so good for a project. So that's all. My topic is, the next reporter will be I think Miss Kadilig.
So, good morning everyone. My topic is all about the continuation to Miss Dalapo. So, designing the monitoring system. So, number 1, be cautious not to solely rely on easily gathered data. Prioritize important over objectives measure. So, this means that certainly it's crucial to balance easily accessible data with a focus on meaningful objectives to ensure a comprehensive and thoughtful approach. Number 2, establish clear performance criteria, standard, and the data collection procedures, acknowledging that the standard may involve due to various factors. So, establishing clear performance criteria involves defining measurable goals and expectations. Standard are the benchmark against performance is assist, and data collection procedures involve gathering relevant informations. So it is important to recognize that standard might change over time due to the various factors such as industry trends, technological advancement, or shifting organizational priorities. So number 3, the data collected should relate to project goals at different levels of detail, enabling actions and improve the work unit level. So this statement emphasizes that the collected data for the project should align with the project goals and provide information at various levels of detail. So this enables teams to take specific actions and make improvements at the work unit levels based on the gathered information. So lastly, consider organizational aspect, interpersonal dynamics, and managerial style, crucial for project success as depicted in the Soul of New Machine. So in the Soul of New Machine, organizational aspect refer to how team members the interpersonal dynamics involve the relationship and interaction among team members. So while managerial style perform or pertain to the leadership approach taken by the project manager. So, understanding and addressing these factors are crucial for project success as they impact collaborations, communication, and overall team effectiveness. So, there are different forms of data collection suitable for the various measure. So, number one is frequency count. So, tallying event occurrences, example, complaints, late project reports, through sometimes due to underreporting. So, example ani is in January, there were 20 complainants. Then February, 15 complainants. March, 25 complainants. So you can frequently count to analyze the pattern and identify trends or areas that may need to improve. Number two, raw numbers. Reporting dates, hours, resources, and variance compared to expected values. So, example ani is the sales lady. So i-record nila if ang pila ka product nga na-sold each day. And then the employees attendance. Another example. So i-record nila og pila ka employees ang present each day. So like sa Monday 80 and the Tuesday is 85. So, number three is subjective numeric ratings. So, estimate of quality of mode by knowledgeable individual or groups with care needed to prevent manipulation. So, for example, ani is the customer satisfaction. So, a rate mo 1 to 10 based sa ila experience with the product or services. So like sa employees performance, so ang employer is mag-rate sa or ang employees performance, so ang manager nila is mao yung mag-rate sa ilahang performance during performance review. So number 4, the last number, indicators. So using indirect measures, example change order, processing speed, when direct measurement isn't feasible, ensuring a clear link to uh, desired performance. And the example ani is financial indicators. So like revenue growth rate, then profit margin, returns investment.
So, good afternoon, ma'am. So, ang akong report is continuation lang ni siya kami kakadiling. Verbal measures. Verbal measure is a characterization of performance aspect like team cooperation or client interaction. Effectiveness with consistent meanings are understood by all involved. So, ang verbal measure is to analyze man, meaning it is kanang mugano jud ang imo IQ on how to analyze the characteristics of every people. So like for example, nagkandak ka og usa ka seminar, so imo jud to i-identify kung nakasabot ba jud sila based sa ilang mga reaction. So let's proceed to the information needs and the reporting process. The nature of the monitoring report should be consistent with the logic of the planning, budgeting, and scheduling system. The prime purpose is, of course, to ensure achievements of the project plan through control. There is little reason is burden operating members of the project team with extensive reports on matter that are not subject to control at least not by them. So, bali, information needs and reporting in a project, it means the kind of information required on how it's communicated should match how the project was planned, budgeted, and scheduled. So, the main goal is to keep the project on the track by controlling and managing it effectively. So, the report should focus on things that the project teams can actually control or influence. It doesn't make sense to give them lots of detailed information about things they can do anything about. That's all. Thank you.
Everyone, and especially to you, ma'am. So, my topic is for today is continuation for Regine Robante, and my topic is all about the types of report in project management. So, number one, routine reports issue regularly based on milestone or periods. For senior managements, they are periodic, will be lower level personnel. They are met to more regularly by milestone. So, number one, routine reports. So, when we say routine reports, is a provide to information ongoing activities, process, or operation in a project. So, pag moingon kag routine project, kay mauna siya ang mga project na reports update bito sa mga buhatonon. Tapos, sa mga team leaders or project management din naka-schedule na pod na week, monthly to your daily sa mga ingana. Tapos ang proseso ana sa routine report sa isa't isa kay project kay para makahatag ang mga projects manager na kanang maka-update, tapos naaba ang mga improvement ang isa-isa ka project kung naa bang mga problems. So kana, for example, pag na kay project ana na himuon, tapos kinahanglan gyud nimo na tan-awon, tapos i-update nimo kung naabay mga problema. So number 2 is exception reports targeted for decision making, share with relevant teams members or manager use when exceptions occurred or decision need documentation. So when we say exception reports, kay mao ni kining mga exception reports usually mahitabo ni siya sa isa ka problem. If na problem ang isa ka project sa mga need, tapos mao na siya manginahanglan, tapos kinahanglan na siya mga intervention sa management. Tapos ang mga proseso bitaw niya ana kay mag-purpose siya sa exception report kay para malayo sa mga address at mga current na mga problems or issues sa mga projects. So for example, nakay project management, tapos nakay dito ko dana. So pag may mga problema ana or issue bitaw, so kinahanglan nimo na tanawon sa or mangutana ka sa mga team leaders nimo kung napay mga problema or issues. So thank you everyone for the listening my report, and God bless.
Another type of report in project management is special analysis report. This disseminate study results or address specific project issues. They cover topics of interest to other project managers and often involve analytical methods distributed to those interested. This type of report is prepared and presented to address specific project issues to protect managers, and it usually contains the opinions and recommendations with the help of facts, argument, and analytical methods, and distributed to those interested within the project team managers. The next is project team meetings. Project team meetings are used to communicate with participants and stakeholders and to discuss issues, develop proposal, and approve or decline an offer. In order to have a successful project team meetings, we should consider the following. The first is use meeting for decisive group discussions, decisions, or vital input. Avoiding show and tell gatherings. Communicate essential project updates directly or electronically among team members. Holding a meeting to discuss is important, and updates to have group discussions to the team members if unsa ang mga buhaton sa usa ka project para sa ma-discuss if naabay kulang, especially sa budget or other related matters. The next is set fixed start and end times and establish a written agenda. Respect punctually and avoid penalizing those who arrive on time. In project team meetings, it is very important to set date and time, where to start and when to end the meeting, para maka-establish og agenda and maistoryahan ang dapat buhaton, and also pag naay meeting, everyone must be punctual or dapat on time moabot and dili magsigi balik-balik sa announcement. The next one is ensure participants come prepared by completing assigned tasks beforehand. Participants are requested to come prepared sa meeting and if nay task nagi-assign dapat i-present sa meeting with full information para masabtan sa tanan. The next one is the meeting chair must take accurate minutes, distribute them promptly, ideally by the next workday. The meeting chair must take accurate minute, distribute them promptly para next day na meeting. Ma-recall ang na-meetingan or ma-discuss ang important matters and para dili malibog ang mga participants sa mga task and etc. The next one is refrain from attributing comments or views to individuals in the minutes to encourage open discussion and creativity. Pag napagani sa meeting, dapat likayan sa tanan ang maghatag og comments or views sa usag-usa or sa iyang co-participants if wala pa mahuman ang meeting kay makakos og distraction. Mas better ask questions or comments after na sa meeting para na open discussions and creativity while nag-conduct sa meeting. The last one is maintain courtesy without overly formal procedures. Project meetings should foster collaboration that not mimic parliamentary sessions. Project meetings must foster collaboration, enables entire teams to work together through the entirety of the process.
Everyone, so my assigned topic is the common reporting problems. There are 3 common problems in reporting, which are excessive details for interface with parent and system, mismatch between planning and monitoring system. First, excessive details. Excessive details, overloaded reports and inputs request hinder readability and information retrieval, leading to doubts about data validity and incurring unnecessary cost. So, excessive details when too much information in reports and input requests make it hard to read and find necessary data, causing doubt about its accuracy and increasingly cost unnecessary. Then second is poor interface with parent firm system. Incompatibility between project and parents organization data system result in strained interaction and ineffective data comparison requiring alignment for effective integration. So, when the project data system clash with those of the parents' organization, it hamper interaction and make data comparison ineffective. Alignment is crucial for seamless integration. Then the third one is the mismatch between planning and monitoring system. Misaligned monitoring system or not directly linked to project plans render control ineffective, necessitating system tailored to the project needs for meaningful variances analysis and action. When the monitoring system aren't directly linked to the project plan, control become ineffective. A tailored system aligned with the project needs and essential for the meaningful variances analysis and action. The next topic is earned value analysis. Earned value analysis or EVA is a vital for monitoring overall project performance as it is a measure aggregates performance through method called earned value, ensuring timely task coordination and emphasizing the project performance. So, in earned value analysis or EVA, it is a project or management go gauge overall project performance by measuring earned value and planned cost. This involved multiplying the estimated completion percentage by the plan of cost, providing the methods to ensure by the planned cost. Then, providing the method to timely task coordination and aligning with the project performance objectives. The earned value chart and calculation. Number 1. The 50-50 estimate 50% completion is assumed when the task is begun, and the remaining 50% when the work is complete. This seems to be the most popular rule, probably because it is relatively fair and doesn't require the effort of attempting to estimated task program. The 50-50 estimated daw, also known as 50-50 rule in earning management or APM, assume that ang 50% na task is na-complete siya when began mao'y pagsugod. Then, ang 50% daw is complete daw na siya when the project is finished. This approach, it is straightforward and widely used because it avoids the completeness and estimating progress throughout the task, providing a simple and fair method for tracking project completion. However, it may oversimplify the actual progress or on certain tasks and might not be suitable for project when verifying work rates and complexities. That's all.
Hi everyone, so today I am going to discuss about my assigned topic, and my assigned topic is a continuation to the report of Miss Chami or Tupay.
The 0 to 100% rule. This rule allows no credit for work until the task is complete. With this highly conservative rule, the project always seems to be running late until the very end of the project when it appears to suddenly catch up. The 0 to 100% rule is a project management principle that implies no partial credit is given for a task until it is 100% complete. This means that until a task is entirely finished, no progress or value is recognized. It tends to make a project appear behind schedule throughout most of its duration, as progress is only acknowledged when tasks are fully done. For example, imagine a construction project building a house. Using the 0 to 100% rule, if the task is to install windows, no credit is given until all the windows are completely installed. Even if some windows are in progress, there's no recognition of progress until the entire task is finished. So, sa akong example nga sa itong pag-install sa Windows sa balay. So, for example, nagpa-install kag 5 ka Windows sa imong balay. Tapos, nainahuman nga duha ka Windows na na-install. So, katong duha nga na-install nga Windows is dili to siya i-matter or dili to siya i-credit as progress. Even mahuman tong 5 ka Windows nga na-install, dili gihapon to siya i-matter nila or dili to i-credit as progress. Pero i-acknowledge nila ang usa ka project if 100% human na siya. The critical input use. This rule assigns progress according to the amount of a critical input that has been used. Obviously, the rule is more accurate if the task uses this input as true progress is being made, such as skilled labor on a skill-dependent task. The critical input use rule measures progress based on the consumption or utilization of a critical input essential for the task. For instance, in a skill-dependent task like software development, progress can be accurately gauged by tracking the completion of coding tasks, which directly relies on the critical input of skilled labor. If a software project involves writing code as a crucial element, the completion of code can serve as a reliable indicator of a true progress according to the critical input use rule. So, sa akong example nga giingon nga software development, so ang pag-develop sa usa ka software is kailangan siya og skilled labor. So, katong kana siya nga skilled labor, dapat tapos siya specific skills nga dapat maiyahang mahatag dito sa paghimo og software development, which is ang skills sa programming o sa coding. So if ever iyahan natong ma-execute ang coding sa katong paghimo sa software development, dito na dayon kuan ang makredit ang progress sa katong project, which is ang pag-develop sa usa ka software. The proportionality rule. This rule divides planned or actual time to date by total scheduled time for budgeted or actual cost to date by total budgeted cost to calculate percent complete. This is also a commonly used rule. Input use. This rule assigns progress according to the amount of a critical input that has been used. The proportionality rule calculates progress by dividing the planned or actual time to date by the total scheduled time, or the budgeted or actual cost to date by the total budgeted cost. This results in a percentage complete, providing a proportional measure of progress. For example, let's say maghimo ta og balay sa kabalay. Tapos ang imuhang balay nga imong ipahimo is nag-set ka og duration which is 10 months lang kibali ang iyang deadline para mabuo siya or mahuman siya. Then napud kay budget nga 1 million para ana nga balay. Then after 4 months, the actual cost incurred is 300,000. So sa 4 months nga nilabay, ang nakuha daw sa 1 million nga budget is 300,000. So, using the proportionality rule, the cost percent complete would be calculated as 300,000 divided by 1 million times 100 equals 30, which is 30%. So, ang kaning 30% nga total is mao na ni siya ang katong progress sa imuhang project nga gibahimo, which is ang katong balay. This indicates that based on the proportion of time or cost spent relative to the total, the project is 30% complete according to the proportionality rule.
So let us now proceed to the current software. It is an add-on software specially crafted to accomplish a specific task and to be fully compatible, sometimes almost seamlessly so, with specific general project management packages. So the current software, it is an additional software that are engineered to enhance and extend the functionality of the existing PMIS by addressing specific needs or requirements within the project or organization. So there are the most common errors of this type is managing the PMIS rather than the project itself. Here are some errors. So first, we have computer paralysis. It is the excessive computer involvement with computer activity replacing project management, loss of touch with the project and its realities of one. So it suggests that if people overly depend on the computer and software for managing project, they might lose touch with the practical aspect of the project. The risk is that focusing too much on digital processes can distance individual from the hands-on understanding of what's happening in the project, potentially impacting the overall effectiveness of the project management. So the number 2 is the PMIS verification. PMIS reports may mask real project problems, be massaged to look good, or simply verify that real problem exist yet are not acted. So here, there are risks that the information provided by the PMIS is not always accurate or transparent. Reports might be altered to make the project appear better than it actually is, or they may indicate problems without any follow-up actions. This underscores the importance of not just relying on data, but ensuring that the information presented in PMIS reports is honest and actionable. So the third one is the the information overload. Too many reports, too detailed, or the distribution reports, charts, tables, data, and general information from the PMIS is too many people overwhelms managers and effectively hides problems. So when project managers are bumpered are with too much detailed information or reports, it can be challenging for them to sift through the data and identify critical issue. The excessive flow of information might create a situation where important problems are hidden in the midst of overwhelming data, making it harder for manager to detect and address issues promptly. This emphasizes the need for a balance in the presentation and distribution of project information to ensure that it is clear, concise, and facilitates effective decision making. So the fourth one is project isolation. So the PMIS report replace useful and frequent communication between the project manager and top management, or even between the PM and the project team. If the project manager and team members solely depends on PMIS reports to convey information, it may lead to a lack of direct communication between key stakeholders. This can be problematic because important insight, updates, or challenges that might not be captured in the formal reports could be overlooked. Effective project management often involves open and frequent communication, and over-reliance on automated reports might hinder the interpersonal exchange of crucial information. Striking a balance between PMIS reports and direct communication is essential to ensure that all relevant details are shared and understood among the project participants. So the fifth one is the computer dependence. PM or top management wait for the computer reports result to react to problems rather than being proactive and avoiding problems in the first place. So if decision makers for automated or if the decision maker or the project manager wait for the automotive reports before addressing problems, they may miss opportunities to be proactive and prevent those problems from occurring. It's important to react to issues after they have already occurred, rather than actively anticipating and avoiding them ahead of time. This underscores the importance of proactive approach in project management, where stakeholders actively identify and address potential challenges before they escalate, rather than relying solely on reactive responses based on computer-generated data. So the last one is the PMIS misdirection. Due to the unequal coverage of the PMIS, certain project sub-areas are overmanaged and other areas receive inadequate attention. Symptoms of the problem are monitored and managed, like budget overruns, schedule slippages, rather than the problem themselves. So if the PMIs disproportionately emphasize certain aspect of the project, managers might be too focused on tracking surface level problems like exceeding budget or delay in schedules. This approach overlooks the underlying issues causing these symptoms. It is treating the symptoms of an illness without it's like treating the symptoms of an illness without addressing the actual sickness. For example, in a construction work project, the PMIS might extensively monitor financial aspect but neglect aspect like a team collaboration, resource allocation. As a result, while budget overruns are carefully tracked, problems related to team deficiency or resource distribution may go unnoticed. To improve project management effectiveness, a more balanced and a comprehensive project is needed, ensuring that the PMIS covers all critical aspects of the project and addressing the root causes of issues rather than just their surface level symptoms. That's all.
Good day, Mom. Good day, classmates. Today I will be discussing to you the choosing the software, which is the continuations of the previous reporter. Now, when choosing a project management software, the potential user should read several software surveys conducted with project managers. So there's a questions about this or regarding this choosing software or the software itself. If using this software is an advantage or disadvantage, and that question would be answered through the further discussions that would be given to you by me, because today I will be discussing to you about different characteristics of a software. Now let's proceed to reading of them or discussing them. The following characteristics of general desirable attributes in project management software are based on a number of user surveys and the comments of experienced PMs. Now, number one is friendliness. For a novice user, this includes clear and logical manuals, helped screen tutorials and menu-driven structures, easy editing, and so on. For times implementing project management, this means the existence of organized training program on the use of the software conducted by trainers who have some understanding of project management. So, meaning to say, this software is an easy and accessible to everyone, wherein it is clear and the one that will use this software would feel like easy for him or for her if doing it. Like nang masayonon lang bitaw siya kay tungod yun nga software is sayon lang siya himuon or sayon lang siya gamiton. Now let's proceed to number 2, the schedules. So Gantt charts are mandatory as well as automatic recalculations with updates of times, cost, and resources. Lots of earlier start schedule starts, lock float, latest finish, plan finished, and actual finish times are desirable. So, diri as a schedule, guys, or yes, guys, kini siya is kana na ang ihang mapakita ang kana na ang what do we call this one? Means wait, diri mapakita niya ang kanang pagkasunod-sunod sa trabaho, wherein kini siya nga software makahatag or makakuan sa imuha makatabang sa imuha sa pagbuhat og trabahoon or sa schedules nimo, even nakahitulo ka schedule. So kani siya nga kaon is magamit nimo ni siya para mauna nimo ang mabuhat ang unang schedule nimo kung unsa imo nang mabuhaton next and next. Now let's proceed to calendars. Either a job shop and or calendar dates are necessary, plus the ability to indicate working days, non-working days, and holidays for each resource used. So diri kani siya nga sa software nga kani, it is very important that it's very kinahanglan siya nga magamit ning calendar sa software, wherein mapakita didto, ma-indicate didto kung ang kaniba nga pizza kaning date is what do we call this one, naa ba siya trabaho or wala ba siya trabaho kana sa atong holiday o kana sa atong working days. And also diri siya makita tong mga kinahanglan nga mga kinahanglan na mga pizza nga dapat dapat nay trabaho or ang matrabaho nila ang ilahang kanaang trabahoon. Now let's proceed to budgets. The ability to include budgets for planning, monitoring, and control. Especially desirable is the ability to interface this with a spreadsheet program. So it is also important to indicate and to put into or kinahanglan siya nga kananaang ato pong i-consider ang budget in doing the software or for making or using the software para of course makita nato dito nga ang pagplano sa budget. Like for example, mabutang nimo dito kung how much is the cost of this project, and kananaang makita nato dito sa software og ma-monitor nato kung hangtod asara og unsalay dapat nga gamitan sa budgets. Okay, so let's proceed to number 5, which is the reports. So individualizing report formats is most desirable. Again, having the ability to interface the reports with a word processing package is highly desirable. Now, it is also desirable. It is also important to also indicate the reports, or to also kanang ibutang dito ang reports para of course mabalaan sa tanan, mabalaan nimo, masayon sa imuha, masayon sa ato nga magamit ani nga software, or yes, magamit ani nga kuan para masayon sa ato ang masunod-sunod ba kanang kinahanglan kato siya nga kani nga day. For example, naman day calendars na tay budget, so kinahanglan na putong reports nga wherein kana nga pizza unsay atong nabuhat ani, unsay na buhuman ani, unsay gibuhat yes, I mean again gibuhat ani inana para at least naipagka ano ba, naipagplastar ang plano, and then the project will also at least lang siya kana ang dili siya kuan ba, dili siya libog or dili siya lisod. Now let's proceed to graphics. The ability to see the schedules and interaction is especially important for Gantt chart. The software should be able to show the technical dependencies between work units or tasks. And the number 7 is charts. Charts for responsibility and histograms for resources were then particularly useful. So kinahanglan i-enter na to ang chart diri guys para mabalaan nato ang gamit ang charts guys is para makuha nato ang kanan ang asa ning resources responsible, asa ni siya nga gamiton, na siya mga connect guys nga mabuhat, kani siya gamiton ani, kani gamiton ani, mga inana guys. Ang ato ang mga resources, ang ato ang mga butang, mga gamit na ay siya kibali na siya mapadulngan na sa chart nga buhaton para inanara kung nani siya diri ni siya paingon kanisa na paingon diri inana. Now let's proceed to migration. The ability to transfer data to and from spreadsheets, word processors, database programs, graphic programs, and desired add-on programs. The ability to interface the telecommunication systems and internet is required nga kinahanglan guys na ato pod i-consider ang pagbutang dito sa ato ang mga importante nga mga agencies o mga tao nga ikontakon, no? Na telecommunication systems and the internet is required for the most applications para mabalaan nato or makakuha nato kung kinsa tong mga angay nga mga responsible person na siya. Next is ang consolidations. The ability to aggregate multiple projects into a single database for determinations of total resource usage and detections of resource conflicts. The software must have the ability to recalculate all schedules and resource records when updated information is added. So, mo to siya guys. Consolidation. I-consolidate. Kana na sa tawag ani. Kana kibali mo ra siya ato nang i-summarize or sa tawag ana siya. Kinang ato na siyang kana na ang kanang bitaw nga tay siya ibuhaton nga pag-check or yes, ato siya i-check kung inana na siya tanan ibali ang schedules about the calculate. The software must have the ability ang software nga itong gamiton is na siya kana na ang kung ano siya what do we call this one, na siya abilidad nga magput for example kana na ang mapakita dayon niya mapakita din after all nga ato ang nabuhat, mapakita niya at the end kung kana na ang records and information kibali murag na summarize na niya or na siya kanabitang ingon pa nga assessment ina siya guys. So now let's go back to the question guys nga, is it advantage or disadvantage? Now for me, according to myself, it is advantage for anyone or for the firm nga magamit og inaning software in order for them to be guided and for them to be kanan ang pagtrabaho sa isa ka project is sayo na lang o kanang guided sila, and then kana bitang plaster ang ilang buhaton, and then mabalaan nila kung pila tong mabalaan nila ang pagkuan sa budget, kay bali ang sa budgeting mabalaan nila ang kanana ang sa tawag ani ang pag utilize